ICIT Pinnacle Award is given to an individual whose career has led them to the highest levels of service to the government and whose contributions to the nation include a legacy of guidance, programs, and initiatives that both improve the resiliency of our public and private critical infrastructure sectors and empower generations of technology and cybersecurity leaders. Previous ICIT Pinnacle Award recipients have included Karen Evans, Assistant Secretary of Energy for Cybersecurity, Energy Security, and Emergency Response at the Department of Energy. Director William Bill Evanina, Director, National Counterintelligence and Security at DNI, and Tony Scott, past Federal CIO. This year's recipient, Ms. Suzette Kent, has led a distinguished career marked by leadership roles at some of the world's most recognized and prestigious organizations, including Principal at Ernst & Young, Partner at Accenture, and Managing Director at JP Morgan Chase. Today, as the Federal CIO, she continues her legacy as a leader who can navigate complex organizations through technology modernization initiatives by building coalitions of legislative, public, and private sector executives to drive results. That in and of itself deserves a round of applause. Her successful government modernization efforts, which includes a focus on the use of artificial intelligence for automation and the establishment of the Technology Modernization Fund, will not only increase efficiency, but significantly improve the security and resiliency of federal agency networks and the government's ability to protect citizen data. Additionally, her public statements tying IT modernization to cybersecurity has greatly contributed to national efforts to educate non-cybersecurity leaders about the connection between technology investments and resiliency. Equally as important as the technology contributions she has made to the nation is her lifelong passion and dedication to workforce improvement, diversity, and inclusiveness. Efforts like the Cyber Reskilling Academy and speaking on issues including the importance of diversity in the field of technology and cybersecurity are of vital importance to the foundational stability of our community and long-term national security. Not surprisingly, Suzette's effectiveness as our nation's CIO has not gone unnoticed by her peers. Joe Klimovitz, CIO at the Department of Justice, offered us these thoughts when asked to comment on Suzette's recognition this evening. Since Suzette started as federal CIO in February of 2018, she has driven change in federal IT through her strategic, pragmatic leadership. She is outcome-focused in her execution of the President's management agenda by leading initiatives spanning IT modernization, data, and workforce. She has achieved significant accomplishments over her tenure. Here are a few. Suzette launched and chairs the Technology Modernization Fund Board. She established again, the Federal Cyber Reskilling Academy to address the critical cybersecurity workforce challenges the government faces. She developed the first federal data strategy. She has led the most significant overhaul of federal IT through retirement of legacy policies, reshaping of existing policies, and the introduction of new policies to focus on high-level work. Through all of these efforts, she has leveraged her robust private sector expertise to bring a fresh perspective to her office. The impact she has had as a federal CIO will guide our transformation efforts for years to come. And GSA's administrator, Emily Murphy, offered this statement: "It's a rare honor and privilege to have the opportunity to work with a leader who is a visionary, approachable, and laser-focused on using technology to deliver a better experience for the American people." That's Suzette Kent. I'm proud to call her a friend and partner in the federal government's digital transformation. Her continuous engagement with our partners across industry and government is truly inspiring, and the outcomes are remarkable. Tonight's recognition of Suzette as the 2019 Pinnacle recipient is well-deserved and a credit to her many contributions, talents, and legacy of leadership as the federal CIO. Suzette's continuous improvement mindset and her focus on creating a strategic technology and data security roadmap for the federal government make her the ideal recipient of this honor. Suzette, I think Ms. Murphy's final sentence perfectly summarizes why ICIT has chosen to honor you this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Institute for Critical Infrastructure Technology, please help me in welcoming the 2019 ICIT Pinnacle Award recipient, Ms. Suzette Kim.
Thank you. I'm glad you asked my friends to comment. I'm kidding. Thank you. It is an honor, and I do want to thank the Institute for Critical Infrastructure Technology and Organization for this. And it's kind of funny to start this evening talking about what's important here, because what's important are places where we can have conversations about driving real change. And that's what this organization is about, having individual conversations and public-private interactions where that's a safe place to figure out how we really do hard things. And it does take a village, and I'm going to tell you a fast story that's actually not on my script, but it was a funny way to start. When I came in, I was coming from another event, and I met a wonderful student who said, "Are you going to the ITIT event?" I said, "Yeah, it's right over here." And we had a great conversation. I was coming in from another event really fast with my suitcase, went downstairs changing clothes, trying to zip my dress. Ladies, doesn't work so well. And I met a wonderful woman who said, "Can I zip your dress?" "Yes." "Are you going to the event?" "Yes." It's Parm's mother. And she kindly zipped my dress this evening. But that's actually a phenomenal analogy for tonight and this evening about how conversations and personal relationships really matter. And the continued involvement and support and commitment from this community around topics that matter and creating a place to have conversations about cybersecurity, about how we change the agenda, about what happens, those are the things that are important. ICIT was very kind to recognize me tonight, but I know that the recognition is really about outcomes and about what does change for our national agenda and for our citizens. And progress and meaningful outcomes are actually about the work of many people. So I have the privilege of talking to you tonight to talk about actually what has happened because of many people, not me. And I'm going to use a special privilege tonight, and I want to actually say thank you for this award on behalf of the Federal CIO Council and the OFCIO team. And that special privilege that I'm going to use in accepting this tonight is that today is also my birthday. So happy birthday. What a great way to spend my birthday. And tomorrow is my husband's birthday. So he came with me tonight. So thank you for giving us a reason to dress up and have a nice dinner, and now we don't have to go out on a fancy date for our... And Monday, Veterans Day, is our wedding anniversary. So we're going to roll it all together. Thank you for the lovely party tonight. But I actually would like to celebrate all these things using the birthday special privilege and other things on behalf of the CIO Council and the technology community. And you're going to have to go with me on this really quickly, because I want to recognize the people that all of you in this room ought to be working with every day. So I'm going to try to talk really quickly like Parham did. You did a really good job talking fast. My friend Joe Klimovitz, Justice. He champions automated metrics and connects the vendor community, stays focused on driving meaningful impact every single day. Maria wrote at SBA, she's always the first person to step up and say, "I'll try it, I'll do that." I'll take that chance. We can do better cyber monitoring. We can move to cloud. We can close our data centers. We can use business analytics to change the environment. She leads with how can we, not no. Dave Shive, he takes the GSA mantra to heart, and not only is he a great CIO, he thinks about how can I share what I'm doing publicly to help others move faster. Dorothy Aronson at NSF and Jason Gray, they are two of our most passionate workforce leaders. They lead the CIO Council for Workforce. They're also a great comedy duo, if anybody who has ever seen them working together. But they are unparalleled leaders for how can we continue to drive change across the community. I'm going to also say some CIOs who've led the battle on how we drive transformation. Gundeep Ahluwalia at Labor, who led the first Federal Tech Day. And if anyone doesn't know what this is, he actually brought the mission leaders into an environment that said, tell everybody how tech is working for you and how you change experience and mission with tech. Some of the greatest stories that we've told. Gary Washington, USDA, who stepped up and said, yeah, I'll be the leader for COEs. Let's be the lighthouse agency and transform how we do business. Renee Wynn at NASA, she took the Zero Trust study. That was a study, that was an analysis. She said, I'll make that work. I'm gonna try it at one of our national labs. We're gonna make this work. I'm going to say thank you to my compadres from the private sector who partner with me to take the best of what we did learn in private sector and say, how can we move faster and how can we apply some of these things inside the federal government? Dana Deasy from DOD, who I saw earlier this evening. And we were comparing some of those things of moderating pace and moving. But not being patient sometimes is a great thing. It's a great thing to move forward. Rajiv Mathur at SSA, Jim Graffair at VA, Stuart McGigan at State, and Claire Monteroya, who is now serving at OPM. I'm trying to keep my comments short, so I'm going to quickly add Von Noga at EPA, Eric Olson at Treasury, David Chow at HUD, Bill Vada at Interior. Thank you, Bill, for coming back from Alaska. Dave Nelson at Nuclear Regulatory Commission, John Zangardi at DHS, Jay Manhat at USDA, Swanali Nalholder at National Archives. Because each of those individuals, I'm going to do something really fast, they're leading major transformations on initiatives ranging from how we digitize, how we move hazardous waste around the United States, to how we digitize our national records, how we protect our homeland and information, to how we work in other countries and we enable the values that they're looking at. And we have another few small things about how we improve how we deliver service to citizens. I'm not forgetting our newest CIOs who've hit the ground running. Jose Arrieta at HSS, my friend Ryan Cody, who's sitting right here, Department of Transportation, Rocky Campione at Energy, Andre Mendez at Commerce. All of them are leading major initiatives on cybersecurity, AI, a couple small things like the 2020 census, and how we protect our energy grid. So when you think about the work that's being done in this community, I mentioned the CIOs by name, but each of them are supported by CTOs and CISOs who are critically important to how they are actually getting those jobs done. I promise I keep it short, so I can't go through all those names. I'm also going to thank the OFCIO team and dedicate this thank you to them. Those are the members of my own team. They've moved mountains to remove barriers, as we talked about changing policy and ensuring that the opportunities that we have in federal technology equal those things that are available in private sector, because we are serving the same people. Those are the expectations that they have. So I would like to say thank you to the leadership on the team. That's Margie Graves, Grant Schneider, Jordan Burris, the entire team of leaders and policy advisors on the OFCIO team, because they come to work every day with a how do we get it done attitude. And I'm privileged to be here to say thank you, and thank you to the work that we're doing on behalf of all those individuals. So in closing, thank you to not only ICIT, to the council, to the OFCIO team. They're all the power that help us move the needle, because they're passionate every day about the mission. And I mentioned every agency because that's what's exciting. Those are the missions that we serve every day. So again, thank you all for being here on a Thursday night dressed up so nice. Thank you to my husband, who did his own 20 years of federal or of service to our nation and has now followed me here to do this. Disrupting our lives, coming to another place. And I hope everyone tonight has a fantastic evening. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Param. And thanks to your mom.